If you've ever gone to the pickled pepper section at a local grocery store, and hopefully you have because they're delicious, you've definitely seen Mama Lil's peppers. But did you know that they were created right here in Seattle? The whole creation story of these iconic peppers is documented in this new book, A Pepper for Your Thoughts: How Not to Start a Gourmet Food Business. Author and pepper pioneer Howard Lev is speaking tonight at the Elliott Bay Book Company, but first, he is here in the kitchen with me today, looking so festive, I might add. Thank you for being here.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
So first, tell us, how did you create Mama Lil's peppers?
Well, these peppers grow better than the Yakima Valley than anywhere in the country. My mother had always made these peppers because it was a very popular recipe in my hometown. It's an Abruzza Italian recipe that, unfortunately, due to climate change, those peppers don't grow very well in the East Coast or in the Midwest. And I started my business in part because of how well the peppers grow in the Yakima Valley.
And look at you guys starting that. So when was that you started it?
After a few false starts, 1992 was the first batch of Mama Lil's peppers that we made in a church kitchen.
Oh my God, can you tell us a little bit about, I know where it is, but the growing process of the peppers too?
Well, one of the reasons that they grow so well in the Yakima Valley is that it's so arid and yet gets cool at night. So typically, like for instance, in the East Coast, you pick these peppers green. We can get the peppers to turn yellow, to orange, to red, and they're just getting sweeter as they turn colors. So we harvest I think the first harvest is typically very end of August, beginning of September, and we can go all the way through the end of October. And we need every minute we can get to harvest them all, because all the production for the year is done in 2 months.
That's crazy. So cool that it's like done right here in the state. And you're going to show me how to make something today. So please tell me, what are we making?
We are making calamari cooked in its own ink. It's a Portuguese recipe that I used to do a lot of squidding right after the harvest. And I would bring buckets of peppers to my favorite restaurants. And one of them was 1200 Bistro, where the chef was Chet Wallenstein. And Chet has helped me today. And we are cooking. When I went into the restaurant, Chet was looking through a book of Portuguese cuisine. And he said, let's do this recipe. And it was one of the most delicious recipes I'd ever had. And I had it with my aunt and uncle that night.
Amazing. So what's in the pan here? Onions already cooking?
We've got onions and garlic in the Mama Lil's oil. We started with the oil from the peppers, and then we are going to go to our next step, which is some black garlic.
Black garlic. This is the sausage, right?
The sausage, Portuguese sausage.
I like that it's just dump and go. Okay, what's in here?
Paprika.
Ooh, okay, a little bit of this, and we're just heating everything up. And then last,
so we're gonna get this going a little bit.
A little more. It's salt and everything in here with the salt. Okay. Oh, it's stuck. It's coming out now. Okay, we're good. Perfect. And while I'm mixing that up, what do you have over there that you are putting in next?
This is clam nectar.
Oh.
The next, we let that go for another 30 seconds.
Or so? Yeah. Okay, where can people find your book while we're letting this go?
Well, it was published by Chin Music Press. They are in the market, but you can also get it at Elliott Bay Books, any of your local bookstores, Amazon, bookshop.org, or Barnes & Noble online. You can get a soft cover, you can get a hard cover, you can get a digital version of the book as well.
Okay, is this looking good? Can we start out?
It's looking good.
Okay. That again was clam juice, you said?
Yes, clam nectar. And this recipe is in the book. At the end of chapter 20, there's a recipe from various chefs and characters in the book in between each chapter.
Okay, so some stories and some recipes in there, which is awesome. A little tomato paste.
A little tomato paste.
Ooh. Season as we go, as one does.
Okay.
Amazing.
This was one of the most delicious dishes I'd ever had in my life. When he served
can't
this
wait to
that
try.
night, oh, it was wonderful.
Okay. What else do we have over here? More tomatoes.
Crushed tomatoes.
I'm feeling a theme, letting it say. Okay, then what else did you bring that you can tell me about? This is looking amazing. The pesto.
Well, recently I was at a Costco store and I noticed the guy next to me had, the only thing in his cart were jars of
Mama
Lil's
Lil's.
peppers and some pesto. 4 jars of pesto, 4 jars of Mama Lil's. And I said, you know, those go really good together. And he says, of course.
I know this.
So I made a pesto pasta with cherry
yum.
tomatoes, smoked salmon, Mama Lil's peppers. It's yum.
Yum.
And very, very easy to assemble. So.
Okay, throwing in the tomatoes. Perfect.
And the peppers.
The special peppers.
Mama Lil's.
Mama Lil's.
People
They
tell
really
me all the
do.
time, you don't look like Mama Lil, and I gotta
Oh
tell
my
them,
God.
unfortunately for Lil, I do.
That's amazing. Okay, what else? This is
this-
more juice.
Yeah, this is the clam nectar. Actually, the first thing I threw in there, I forgot, was dry white wine. That was the initial step. It's in the book, so
I know, follow along
not
the
to
book.
confuse you.
Yes.
Okay, and we'll cook that a little bit more.
Okay, and then what is here to this bagel? That's a
Well,
lox?
that's the way I eat Mama Lil's more than anything. You know, everybody usually says you got to put capers on your lox and bagel sandwich, but Mama Lil's with lox rocks. And so that's the way I eat them. That's just a favorite sandwich of mine.
I mean, that looks absolutely delicious. Okay, now for the protein going in. What is this?
Squid.
Squid. Okay. And we mix this all in. It's smelling so vibrant. We got a lot going on here. Sausage, tomatoes, Mama Lil's.
The Mama Lil's brings all the flavors together. It's why it's a condiment, and condiments, that's what they're supposed to do. It doesn't overwhelm any of the other flavors. You can taste everything with it, but
that's
it just
great.
adds a nice brightness
Okay, and
to
how
it.
do we finish it off?
Well, actually, we want to throw in the squid ink.
Oh, I know. Do we need a little? There we go. We're getting it out. Perfect.
Hey,
We're making a mess in the kitchen, which we like.
Let's get it all in there.
Okay, and then do you garnish this with something at the end too, or how do we? What do
a little
we?
parsley is
A
always a
little
good
parsley.
thing. So now we see that beautiful black flavor,
We really do.
color, and flavor.
Gosh, you weren't shy on that squid ink. That's really changing the vibe of this. Okay, I know, messy in the kitchen. Okay, and then we top that off. I'm gonna taste test all the things. First, I'm gonna taste test the pesto. While I'm doing that, what else are some of your favorite recipes in the book that you want people to know about? I'm diving into
I
everything.
don't think I have to buy the book to find that out. There are, the squid ink is delicious.
Okay.
I've got to look at the book to see and remember. But there are 30 of them between each chapter. Some of them are simple. Some of them are more complex.
Yeah, a little something for everyone. Thank you so much. And just a reminder, Howard is holding an author event tonight, Thursday, July 3rd at 7 p.m. at the Elliott Bay Book Company. So check that out.